Afternoon, everybody.
Brennan going back, it's a small taste for a young guy like
Yeah.
that. What would you like from him you saw?
Well, I thought he had a good impact in the first game that he was up. I think things become, for young players, they become a little bit more challenging when you play some of the upper echelon teams in the league. And but I thought he did well. I mean, there was no major flaws. Or the first game he had some impact offensively. I thought it was a little bit less the second game. But I thought he did some good stuff.
If I remember correctly, at the end of camp, I think you had one practice where you had Cuylle try a little right wing with Mika and Kreider, and
Yeah.
you see it again today. So
Yeah.
just thoughts behind that.
Yeah, just his practice. It was an opportunity just to pop him in there and see how he does. Just look at different things in practice.
I know you've said that you're encouraged by the way he's playing, and that you don't
Yeah.
see many mistakes from him, that sort of thing. How would you see him fitting? Like, I know he's a guy that gets to the dirty areas. Kreider's a guy
Yeah.
that does that as well. But how do you see them maybe playing off of each other?
Yeah, I mean, Will's probably one of our more physical guys. He gets in on the forecheck, he bangs bodies. You're right, him and Kreider both go to the net front. Kreider makes a living there, and Cuyle's, he was the reason for that goal on the road, just because he provided that screen. So, for me, he's a guy that can jump up there and make some noise. He's also scored, I think, 7 goals. So he's put the puck in the back of the net. And again, it was just practice as well.
Are you just sort of still learning about this guy? Like, he made the team, and he had a role, he was in that line for a long time, and now it seems like you're trying in different spots, and you still have stuff you need to figure out if you can do this.
No, I mean, I think what sometimes gets lost in it is that we've had players that are missing from the lineup.
Sure.
And so that changes things. I mean, if we were healthy, I'm not sure that would be the move, but, we're not. And so I think when you don't have all your assets available to you and you have to fill in different spots, at times you can try things, you can give it a little bit of time, you can look at things, but you may change it as well.
Over the last however many games it's been, when you've been giving up maybe a little bit too much quality.
Yeah.
Are there one or two main factors for you?
Yeah, I mean, I addressed it last night. I'll say it again. I thought that our line changes have to be better. If we're giving up odd man rushes because of line changes, that's an issue. Thought that we're at times through the neutral zone we're giving up odd man rushes, and I think that at times we don't do the right thing with the puck and it turns over. It's not. I don't think that there's 10 of those each per game. But if there's 2 each, that's 6 chances that can hurt you coming back the other way. And so maybe if there was just one of those things of all 3 that happened, you look to get back and you look to defend and have your goalie make a save on a tough chance. So I just feel like there's things that we can review, go over, practice, and get better at.
Is it? I'm sure it's nice to be able to quickly roll up your sleeves and address those things the very next day. Or
well, we do that no matter what. And so. And again, the players have been pretty receptive as well.
On the health note, you said Kakko would change jerseys. I mean, it looks like he's still wearing a different color, so maybe that indicates...
I didn't say he changed today.
No, I know.
Eventually he changed today just because we didn't have enough of the defensemen to put 2 colors together, so we had to put the D into a separate color.
Yeah.
And so that color we chose was red, and with Kaapo, so then I'd have a conflict.
Yeah.
And so I had to change Cap's jersey. I wouldn't go on a grading system like a stoplight, like the green, the yellow, and I wouldn't do that.
I was gonna make a joke.
Yeah. So anyway, he's still, but then again, he practiced in full today.
Yeah, it looked like he participated in everything.
He practiced in full.
So was his contact okay for him at this point?
He's allowed to compete inside of practice, yeah.
And we know that Jacob was out for personal reasons. Delicately, is there an issue, any sort of concern that he may not go on the trip?
I don't have that. I don't think so, but I don't have that answer. I don't want to have to go backwards and explain myself. He's out right now, day to day with personal.
Just checking.
So day to day is You can ask me that tomorrow, and I might say day to day again, and then that might answer your question, so, yeah.
Do you allow yourself with Kakko to start visualizing what it might look like when he does come back as he gets closer here?
I think there's gonna be a process for him when he does come back, when he is cleared, when he does get into games. There might be a ramp-up period. He's been out for a little bit, and so, we'll see how many practices he gets, see how he looks in practice. I thought he looked good today. Thought he was moving well, competed well, and so that's a positive step. And so, I guess to answer your question, you're always thinking as a coach, you're always looking down the road at your team and scenarios and power plays, lineups, penalty kill, and where it might be the next day or where it might be in 5 days.
If you decide that 3 games in 3.5 days might be a little bit heavy for him to start, do you call someone up to replace Brandon?
You talking about Kaapo?
Yeah. You
So
said that.
I wouldn't, he's still in a colored jersey right now, and so I think just going slow with him and not giving any direction like that. Are you asking me?
Well, what I'm saying is,
Yeah, say it again,
right now,
sorry.
without him, you're 1 forward short.
Yeah, that's
So
correct.
you would
That's correct.
need to call someone
That's
up, I
correct.
suppose?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we'll have those discussions,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I was asking.
Yep, sorry about that. It was a good opportunity to have the slot open and to not have and to actually have the 12 forwards out there so that Kaapo could actually get into the mix of the lines and get reps and not be the guy who's coming in at the end.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.